This year, our stewardship program at Emanuel is different. It has to be. We cannot gather together to do what we would normally do. So instead, I sent a letter, and I'm using this video, to ask you to prayerfully consider continuing to support the church with your tithes and offerings. One of the things we've learned during this time of pandemic is that we need to draw together, and we need to work together. We need to support each other and build up the body of Christ. And what that means is that we are living in a time when people have different needs and abilities. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people are living with greater expenses, and there's greater uncertainty. Others have not been profoundly affected, or if they have been, they have less expenses. Each of us knows our own story and our own journey. One of the joys of tithing, giving 10% deliberately and intentionally of what you have, is understanding that everything we have belongs to God, and when we are deliberate and intentional in offering it back to God, that we are able to recognize that in the midst of an uncontrolled world, God owns all and has all. This year, as you respond to our request to pledge, we ask that you consider what God has given you. Prayerfully reflect upon your own situation and respond faithfully, knowing that those to whom much is given, much is expected, but also recognizing that God cares for us when we're struggling and things are difficult. A church community works best when we care for one another. At Emanuel, we've been fortunate. Our ministries have continued during this time of pandemic. We continue to hold our Sprout program on Saturday mornings. We've amended it so it's outside because we can't have kids in the church, but we're still able to go forward with it. Our food pantry has burgeoned from a very small pantry into one of the largest pantries in the Hartford area, and it has been supported wonderfully by the congregation. We've been able to continue ministries of caring for one another and connecting with one another. We have worship experiences through our wired worship and our Zoom gatherings. God has allowed us to work through this time of pandemic to continue to minister and to continue to be in the city for good. We hope and pray that we will be able to continue this strong mission, but it's dependent upon everyone's ability to respond faithfully to our stewardship campaign. Connected with this video is a link to our online portal at our website where you can fill out your stewardship form for this year, if you did not receive one in the mail or if you prefer to do it that way. We are encouraging people to make a deliberate and intentional commitment to the ministry of the church faithfully, recognizing that things change and so your pledge can change. But we will not be able to do the one-on-one connection that we would like to reach out. So I ask that you prayerfully consider how God has provided for you and respond faithfully, knowing that when we work together to build up the body of Christ, we will continue our faithful mission as Emanuel Lutheran Church in the city for good. Thank you for your faithfulness and your support of our mission.